back with round 4 of a Modern League with MartyrProc. This is a borderline keepable hand on the draw. We are on the draw. One land is tough. We'd much rather on the draw see what our next draw is going to be if we're going to keep a one-lander. So we'll go down to 6. Regrettably, it is a very keepable hand. Let me know in the comments if you would take the risk on the draw. And that ends up being a little bit better. We can actually play our cards and get a Gideon down pretty quickly. Gideon has been a lifesaver all league, so we're happy to have him. Opponent also mulled to 6. There is a land on top for us. We'll put that on the bottom because 3 lands is enough right now. And there's the big oof. If you are not aware, Tron is likely this deck's worst matchup. So we hope it's an Eldrazi variant more than it is anything else. But it is likely we do not fare well here. We do have the Field of Ruin. And if they are unable to get to Tron quickly, we can Field of Ruin our way here. They have Tower, and they have Sylvan Scrying. So they're going to go turn 3 Tron, because they go get the mine. Unless we draw a Ghost Quarter here, we're in very big trouble. We do not draw the Ghost Quarter. So we have to deal with a Karn, or if we're lucky, it's a Wormcoil Engine. A Wormcoil Engine would be incredible. They're starting to get away from that. But if it's Karn, we probably just concede. It's Wormcoil, so we're in okay shape here. We can cast the Gideon to stop the Wormcoil. It looks like our opponent had a really good Tron hand, so they kept it even though it had arguably their worst threat. So we're going to do Field of Ruin, cast Gideon, blank Wormcoil here. And if they can't draw another Tron piece, another Tron piece. If they can't draw something, we might actually be able to survive what they're doing here, because we can just blank Wormcoil. This is a lot better than any other Tron play could go. It looks like they're trying to draw something. They can still cast the Karn here. If they draw it. Karn is what we hate. It's a Chromatic Sphere, so our opponent's whiffing a little bit and not able to draw what they need to draw. And now we will get to Field of Ruin them and take a mine or a tower. World Breaker is going to exile our Field of Ruin. That's a bummer. Yep. They're gonna attack. We're pretty dead here. So if we blank World Breaker, we blank Wormcoil actually. We're at, this is interesting. So I think the play is to go get some birds, get those out of our hand, out of our deck, so we can draw action. And the Serra, just in case something goes wrong here, we will blank the Wormcoil and continue to hope they don't hit anything. Neither of these creatures have trample, so there is that. Them hitting the World Breaker hurt us really bad, but they either hit the World Breaker or they hit the Karn, you know? They are able to exile things. They go digging again. You can now see why this is a very bad matchup for, oh, they have a new hit. So now they can start bolting away our Gideon. And this gets even harder. Do they minus right away? If they minus right away, I think, yeah, they minus right away and we're just dead. We're just going to concede there. That is rough. So, horrible matchup here. We can bring in Damping Spheres. We can bring in Hex Parasite. Their walkers come down with such large loyalty that Hex Parasite often isn't good enough. You still bring it in, but it's often not good enough. You bring in some Disenchants to try to get them off of their ways to find Tron before they can Tron. We'll bring in Big Package and we'll bring in Cast Out. From there, Runed Halo is weak, so we'll keep Runed Halo out. Squadron Hawks are irrelevant. We have no interest in casting Squadron Hawks here. We have no interest in Ghostly Prison here. Proclamation is a card if we get to the late game, but it's just so hard to get to the late game against them. Pardon my sneeze. Kami is a dead card. There's so many dead cards in this matchup. That's the good thing, is so much of what we're doing is dead. Surgicals are probably important to have for us. We should probably have a surgical or two. We don't right now. That's probably an edit to make. We'll talk more about that in the reflection. Yeah, get rid of Ballista. And get rid of Wrath of God, as most of their creatures are indestructible. And we'd rather bury them. Archangel's pretty bad too. Did we bring in Archangel? Did we cut Archangel for the Runed Halo, or do we like that Archangel deals 4 damage? I think we like that Archangel deals 4 damage. We'll play first. We need land destruction here. I mean, if this was game 1, we're fine, but again, we bring in so much from the sideboard that is so high impact, we can't afford to keep this. This is much better. 1 land hurts, but we do get to see our next draw and ship it if it's not a land for the Damping Sphere right away. We'll keep on 6. They also mold to 6. So moles are important, but oh man, when they get the London Mulligan and can just mole to Tron and a threat, we might be in trouble with this new modern format if the London Mulligan becomes a thing. I think they're going to very quickly realize that the London Mulligan might be a mistake. But then again, the London Mulligan's really good in Standard. We'll bottom that. The London Mulligan's probably really good in Standard, really good in Limited. So they might just keep it, and Modern might just have to suffer for Standard sims. I am very afraid of the London Mulligan in a lot of ways, but it probably means we bring in Leylines. Leylines probably become something this deck wants. Leylines become something every deck wants in the world of a London Mulligan. We do hit the second land, so we can Damping Sphere here. Now, we're pulling it down so early that they're going to have an answer for it, unfortunately. I think next turn we Hex Parasite in case they go Chalice on 1. I don't see the more traditional Tron variants running Challenge that often. There's the Nature's Claim. We gained 4. Yeah. Drawing a Disenchant off the top would be nice. Drawing a Disenchant off the top would be the only thing that really saves us. We'll go Gids. And we'll actually 0 Gids here right away. Since we don't have to blank anything right now, we'll 0 Gids and hope that does something. If we can protect him from an Ugin, we can protect Gideon from an Ugin. That's might be the only way we're able to win this game. Another expedition map. That's greedy. You got Tron. Stop it, you greedy. What's unfortunate about this is we have nothing to blank. Nothing they cast has haste. And we are able to throw down a Ranger to get some blockers. We're at 24, so Martyr into Serra here is a play. We probably should have just gotten them off Tron, to be honest, but they have the expedition map. So at this point, I feel like it's better to just try to deal with one threat, and we go Martyr Serra so we can have 2 Serras. I think at this point it's better to try to deal with one threat, make them get a redundant piece, and then take them off Tron. We're going to attack here because we're in a death race type situation. If they Ugin and kill our Gideon, that's a bummer. But we're kind of doomed to whatever they play. We're taking a risk here and kind of baiting them into committing to hitting the Gideon so we can go Martyr, Serra, and hope they don't have an Ugin. It looks like they might need to draw a threat. It looks like they're more interested in drawing a threat, which we're happy with. If we can, if Urza's Factory, that I've not seen in a while. Okay, sure. I feel like you're trolling me. It's 7 mana to create a 2/2. Am I being trolled? Whoa. Okay. That changes the game plan a little bit. I don't think they can flash anything in. I'm torn on what to do here. Do we make them play their wipe, or do we make them answer the Damping Sphere? 4 cards in hand, it stands to reason that if they don't have a threat, maybe they have another Nature's Claim. But if they don't have a threat, maybe they also have the, are trying to bait me into playing something, and they have the wipe. I'm gonna play Gotta Go Fast here, because I can Damping Sphere next turn. I'm gonna make them answer me. And we're gonna keep attacking in. I don't think they have any way to flash anything in. And we're now representing lethal, so they have to have, it has to be an Ugin. If it's an Ugin, we're screwed, but if it's an Ugin, we're screwed anyway, type situation. Here is, now they crack the expedition map. So, if it is an Ugin, we are in bad shape. If it is a Ulamog, they would have enough for it. But they would need to take the Gideon and 1 flyer. We would still be able to get them off of Tron, and we would need to draw a cast out or something similar. a path is fine. That's why we kept the paths in. I didn't say that, but Ulamog gets paths very easily. It's 8 mana. This is Ballista for 4. Ballista for 4 we are fine. We're not fine with, actually. That knocks us down and kills our Gideon. Oh. 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 That is a great draw. Are we just out? Are we just here now? We might steal one here. Ballista pings Gideon and then pings me. Nature's Claim. What are they targeting with Nature's Claim? Oh. That is a misplay on our opponent's part because they're still dead. They're still dead. Wow. Our opponent misplays pretty significantly here. If they ping me instead, they're actually functionally gaining 10 life. And they can still have the Nature's Claim for if I cast the Damping Sphere. As it sits now, yeah, they lose. Weird. I'm going to tell them about their mistake since they're showing me their hand, because they were now. Yep, they made a mistake. I mean, it's got to be frustrating to not hit their threats. We're on the draw here. We have a Ghost Quarter. We have 2 Damping Spheres. Your mom lets you have 2 Damping Spheres? But if we don't draw a land, this is frustrating. We can keep them off of Tron for a while. I think we got to go for it, right? Like, it's a lost matchup. You got to go for it. We've got 2 draws to hit a land. At 24 lands, we should be hitting a land 1 every 3 cards. So there's a very good chance that it's just land on the top. And then we have so much good stuff. Do not hit the land here. This is famous last words, by the way. We really want to land here. Our opponent is being very friendly in the chat, so we're being very friendly back. So sorry if you hear the clicking and the tapping for typing. Yep. They get tower, so we'll take mine. And start from scratch. We kept a bad hand. If we hit land though, we might be fine. We'll discard a Serra. Serra's a dead card in multiples here. Though it did just win us a game, maybe that was a mistake. Our opponent is now Sylvan Scrying, so we have we have to hit a Plains here and hope what they hit is a creature. And then we have to hit another untapped land and Damping Sphere. It's tough. It's tough. In hindsight, you know, that's what happens when you keep one-landers, but this is a really pathetically bad matchup. If our opponent doesn't misplay in game 2, it's just as likely we don't win because they can just top deck whatever. Flagstones is a start. Let's see a Worm Coil. Let us see a Worm Coil. What's really unfortunate about, like, if it's a World Breaker, Flagstones is irrelevant. If it's a Oblivion Stone is fine. We're okay with Oblivion Stone. If that's all they get out of Tron, we're really happy with that. We're really happy if all they get out of their Tron is an Oblivion Stone. Let's rip a land off the top and let's do this. Let's just rip a land off the top and let's do this. We've got Disenchant. This is why you don't scoop, because we're actually in this. We've been in this all day. Deck. Why couldn't you go the other way around? Why couldn't you go the other way around? There's still the chance that they just whiff. There's still the chance that they just whiff. They have been whiffing. Our opponent has been really unlucky with their draws. That's massive. That's a Karn. We are in trouble. From hand, we exile here. One of the Rangers, I guess. One of the paths. Yeah. We don't want to give them path necessarily. Like we're in it for the long game here. Yeah, I guess give them the off art Ranger, I guess. So here's the thing. We're at 3 lands. We have a Damping Sphere here. They can just exile our lands. It's not going to work that way. You don't have enough mana to put a fate counter on Karn. I played that wrong. So now they have just 5 mana. All they can afford to do this turn is put a fate counter on Karn. At that point, we disenchant. Nope, 6 mana. So now they can play something and put a fate counter on Karn. We're gonna exile the path this time. If we get burned for it, we just get burned for it. No, let's exile Serra. And then let's try to fight Karn with the Hex Parasite. We don't want to give them the path, to be perfectly frank. If they do ever choose to restart the game, which I've never seen a Tron player do against me, not with Martyr at least. If they do choose to restart the game, like, they get a Ranger, which fetches them nothing. They get 4 power, which we're a life gain deck. We can handle 4 power. It has gone on longer than I expected. Martyr. So Martyr's actually very good here. I mean, Martyr's okay. Very good is a drastic overstatement. I think next turn we give them the Damping Sphere. We put a fate counter on Karn. Two, three, four, 5. Let's see if they tick up Karn first. They mistakenly tick up Karn first. And now we're going to be out of cards. Oh. Wait, what? They targeted themselves, and they have a second Oblivion Stone. Wow. Wow. And they'll get my Martyr here. Sure, that's fine. I feel like this is unwinnable at this point. And if it isn't, I don't know how to win it. They get to Oblivion Stone next turn. That's going to cost most of their mana. I feel like we just... The problem is we can't cast anything that answers Karn without Karn answering it before it answers Karn. So let's just get Martyr Serra, and let's hope to draw a cast out. They're down to 1 card in hand. If all they can do is exile and reset the game, we're actually fine. Stirrings. There's always just, like, every Ancient Stirrings has the potential to draw them something that kills... there it is. We will exile... They exile something. They exile Ulamog. Ah. So I will get to see them restart the game. That's fun. Can we get a cast out one time? We do not get a cast out one time. Oof. I don't know what to do here. I really don't know what to do here. Attack Karn. Clearly. They're playing it really risky here. I really just want to draw a cast out and blow them out. Like, they should have ended the game by now. Sun Titan. Just gonna scream internally for a bit. Sure. Sure. Oh yeah, they can use Ranger of Eos to get stuff. I forgot Ranger of Eos gets Walking Ballista. It's not like I run this tech in my nonsense. Oh yeah, I guess those things get haste. Yeah. Bummer. Let me hear it one time in the chat. Wow. Tron. Every time a MartyrProc player plays a Tron deck, a burn player gets their wings. We're 3-1. Let's see if we can finish 4-1 or 3-2. See you in the next one.